You're live.
And good evening, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I hope you are well. I bring you greetings on behalf of Trophy of Life Incorporated, where we are doing the Action of Hope and Encouragement series. And today we're going to be talking about encouraging the caregivers. Just want to give you a little bit of information about Trophy of Life. First, my name is Amber Martin. I am proud to serve as a board member with an amazing group of people that is led by our CEO, Mr. Craig Wheatley, and an amazing group of people where we at Trophy of Life, we desire to bring about hope, encouragement, and motivate individuals as they re-engage in life after experiencing overwhelming and adverse situations. So therefore, Trophy of Life was organized to identify and celebrate individuals in need of hope and encouragement. So we are so excited to be here tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking, as I mentioned, about encouraging the caregivers. What do you do when the help needs help? So I'll just go very quickly into it. By definition, help. The definition of help is to make something less severe, to make something more pleasant or easier to deal with, or to do something that makes it easier for someone else to do a job or to deal with the problem. Pretty much, as help, you are there to aid or assist someone. And to me, when I think of the word in general, I think of help being a source or a resource that aids in the overall greater good of resolving an issue or simply being a solution. And we also, to take it a step further, a caregiver is a person who provides help. That's the simplest definition that we're going to be talking about. A caregiver is a person who gives and provides help, someone who is graced with the ability to help another, whether in the secular world or even in the sacred world. So allow me to refer us to a scripture that we're going to be talking about according to Psalms 46:1. It says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. There's another version that says, God is our shelter and he is abundantly available to help. One more version. The Message Bible says, God is a safe place to hide, ready to help when we need him. It is this particular psalm or passage of scripture that reminds us that as people, we have God who is always available to help. And it is a reminder that God is our ultimate source of help and assistance. Another scripture comes to mind, Psalm 121. My help cometh from the Lord who made heaven and earth. Now, nowhere in this particular passage does it say, my help cometh from myself, right? It says, our help comes from the Lord. And I'm certainly sure that as a caregiver, excuse me, who in essence embodies the very definition of the word help or helper, you may have experienced many moments and feelings of being overwhelmed, frustrated, annoyed, discouraged, unsure, afraid, and just plain tired of this church or just tired. Quite frankly, we have all had our moments where we want to say, you know what, I'm over it. I bow out, uno out, skip me. I am unable. As a matter of fact, it's safe to say that generally speaking, life will bring situations that will leave you saying, oh my goodness, I need help. And if I don't get any help soon, this won't turn out pretty good. Surely, if we were to look at current events today, whether it be politically, environmentally, so much loss, confusion, and even chaos. I'm sure we can all attest and say that we need help. The healers are in need of healing, the therapists need therapy, the intercessors need intercessors, and the help, whatever category you call yourself, in that right early, we all need help. But needless to say, it brings some of us to this question. What do you do when you are the help or the helper, either by choice or by default? And when you find when you need help? I pray that someone after tonight, after we talk and after this moment of discussion, that you have a new perspective of what it means to be a helper and to know that you too are able to receive help through the love and grace of God. I think that we get so caught up and wrapped up in helping and tending to the needs of others, and it can subconsciously teach us that we are the only ones who can provide that source of help. We might even say things like, I'm all they have, or I'm all she has. If I don't do it, no one else is going to do it. It will subconsciously teach you that we are the end all be all of it all. Mrs. Superwoman or Mr. Fix It All or Captain Save the Day. Meanwhile, the Lord is saying, well, Lord, they seem to have this all under control, don't they? They won't even give me the chance as God to be their help. I mean, I know who knows. God's love and his ability to help us is so limitless. He could literally create never before seen methods of additional help. He, God, can miraculously send your help. And I'm believing that for you, even each and every one of you that are represented here tonight. I want to encourage you that you, caregiver, God cares for us all so much that he has this amazing ability to exceed our natural minds and thoughts of what we even define help to be. Who are we to box God in and say that we are the only ones, or we are the only ones who can be helped to someone else? Yes, we have authority in the earth to have dominion and to shift things and change situations. But I want to caution you to avoid thinking that you are the only help or you are the only source. For even God had to remind Job and ask him, where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Which brings me to my first point for tonight. Our roles as helpers or as caregivers in and of ourselves should have boundaries and limits. I'll say it again. Our role as a caregiver or helper in and of ourselves should have boundaries and limits. It's God's help that is boundaryless. As a human, your ability to help someone is and always will be limited. Does that mean that you love that person any less? Or does that make you, does it make your responsibility to be your brother's keeper or sister's keeper any less? No. But what I am saying, that it is impossible for you to be everything and anything to another person. When you help, tend, and serve in your own strength, I guarantee you, you are bound to burn out. You are bound to get overwhelmed. You are bound to get irritated. But I want to remind you, as the caregiver, as the healer, as the caretakers, to lean into the strength of God and cast your cares upon him. When we have that notion that, oh my goodness, if I don't do it, it won't be done. Yes, God is amazing. I want you to know that you, again, it bears repeating, you are destined to burn out, right? But God is so amazing, and he's so God all by himself, that he could use you as a resource or as a vessel to help someone else. When we have this notion or this preconceived notion that, oh my goodness, I'm the only one that can do this, it reminds me of the story in the Bible where there's this man in the Bible, his name is Elijah, and he was running for his life. And he fled to a cave, and he got so depressed. He feared for his life so much. He says, I'm the only one left. All these evil people, they want to kill me. They're out to get me. But God's response was, I have another 7,000 people who have not yet bowed and who are not evil. So I want to encourage you again. It bears repeating. You have to remember that we are not the sole solution, nor are you the end all be all to an issue or to the person that you're tending to or caring for. You have to remember that you are being used by God to help. There is a difference. I'll say it again. You are being used by God to help. You are the vessel being used by God to help bring help or to bring help to another person in their time of need. In so doing, we must remember that if you are simply the vessel, even the person you are helping or caring for, their ultimate source of help and assistance is not you. It is just as much God, just as much as you being the helper, the vessel. What I want you all to know is that God cares and loves so much that he tells us in his word that he is our safe place. He is our hiding place. It's in God that we can release things where we have been carrying in our minds and spirits that we've carrying for so long as caregivers, as helpers. so that we have to create space, and it's God where we have this space for, so that we can release those things that we've been carrying to be better helpers, to be better caregivers to our loved ones. This is done through prayer and meditation. If your own mental and spiritual spaces are so cluttered with all that you have to tend to and all that you have to take care of and all things everyday life, the issues of being a caregiver will overwhelm you, and it will not give you the opportunity to be able to freely operate and to operate at your most optimum, because you're so cluttered. So I want to encourage you to be committed to release, find an outlet to release, right? Whether it's through prayer, through meditation and other methods. Go to therapy, do some things as it pertains to self-care. I implore you all as caregivers, as helpers, to find a way to release, express, and recenter yourself. You have to find a way to release it. You will learn that while your assistance is necessary and vital, your assistance as a helper and as a caregiver is ineffective if you are burdened down with no real way to release, right? So I'll say it again. You have to realize that your assistance is so vital. Your assistance as a helper, as a caregiver or a caretaker is ineffective if you are burdened with no real way to release, whether, again, through prayer, meditation, self-care, etc. Which brings me to my next point from a spiritual perspective. I invite you to invite God into the situation and pick up those missing pieces through prayer. The more you invite God in, it gives him an opportunity to show you just how creative he is when he intervenes. I am a witness that the creative genius of God is so amazing. He will literally create things, he will create people, he will create opportunities for you to be relieved and have help yourself. He will send someone to help you. He'll provide you with resources. He could give you with more income so that you could hire additional assistance. He can bless you with favorable connections, with trustworthy opportunities and trustworthy friends and families to step in and help you, which brings me to my next point. We should really lean into the power of community. Really lean into your tribe. Really lean into your people. There is power in community. All the more reason why I am so grateful for Trophy of Life, because I know there are moments when life will life. We say life is lifing. You don't want to be bothered with anyone. I get it, because you have so much that you have to take care of and tend to. But I want to again remind you that there is power in community. And yes, let's go and take some time to celebrate Trophy of Life. Yeah, woo, 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 for being that safe place for us. I'm telling you, the more you open yourself up to invite God into his limitless solutions and abilities, you will be surprised. What I'm saying is that handling everything on your own or in your own ability is almost impossible, and it's just downright unhealthy. Learn to trust God and invite him into the situation to prove himself to be the helper in your life as you help others. I truly, truly, truly believe that you are all graced by God for the role of a caregiver or helper, which is a blessing in and of itself. You are chosen by God to assist in being of assistance to someone else. You are the solution to someone else's life. You are an assistant to them. What others have given up on, what others have burned out on, lost their mind over, you are still pushing, you're still persevering, you're still moving forward. Your efforts and your love that you are showing and helping is not unnoticed, okay? Be reminded that this is not in vain. There's a Bible verse that says, God is not unrighteous so as to forget your work of labor and love, which you have shown toward his saints, and do minister. This verse, people of God, or people that are here on tonight's live, shows us or reminds us that God will not forget the hard work and love that you show by helping others. Be encouraged, people of God. So again, I want to pause. I want to say kudos to every caregiver, every nurse, every CNA, every LPN, every social worker, every helper, every administrator, your spouse, whether you're tending to your spouse, whether you're a child tending to your parent, whether your parent is tending to your child, vice versa. You are all grace. And I say that God remembers. We are all to be celebrated. And I want you to be encouraged and remember that you are not in this by yourself. So I say, keep going, keep enduring. Don't be weary in well doing. I promise each and every one of you to, if you keep trusting God and invite Him to be your help in the time of trouble, I reassure you that when you feel like you're overwhelmed, invite God in. Again, find that space to release, find that space to recenter yourself, find your tribe, find your people, so that these are all ways how we can be further be all the more productive and progressive as we help, because it is possible to be overwhelmed. It is possible to burn out. But I promise you, when you tap into the help of God, the strength of God, who is our help in the time of trouble, I reassure you that you have help. So what do you do when the help needs help? Well, your response should simply say, God, I allow God to be my help. No long dissertation, ladies and gentlemen, no 1 to 12 step program. Your response is, when the help needs help, know that when you invite God in to be your help, I reassure you that He will be your help. So be encouraged. I love you all. Thank you so very much for taking this time to chat with me. I'm praying for each and every one of you. Be encouraged. When you need help, you have help. Bye-bye.